So today I'm going to be talking about the common mistakes that you are supposed to avoid when you're shopping on Alibaba. This will save you a lot of money, time, and everything that in terms of resources. Because if you avoid these mistakes, you will be able to avoid scammers. You'll be able to avoid wasting too much time chatting with people who are not serious. You will also be able to know exactly who is the supplier or the manufacturer that you are interested to, and they are serious actually. You'll be able to know who is a serious seller for the product that you're trying to look out for. So number one is about knowing the difference between samples and MOQ, and this is what I mean when I talk about that. When you look at, you come to Alibaba.com, and then previous videos already you've watched before. We have products, manufacturers, and regional suppliers. This is just how it is. So when you are on product section or whichever section you are in, and then let's say you want to, the one that is here, crystal ball. I'm just picking any product that comes there. So that one is crystal ball. And as we said previously, that you have to come to verified supplier. It can ensure that the supplier is verified. Oh, so I need to verify something here. Okay. So verified supplier, and then you also need to take trade assurance so that you can be able to, be safe. These are some of the precautions that you need to put in mind before you do anything on Alibaba. So verified supplier, you need to know that is it. When you look at these orders, you see minimum order quantity. You'll be hearing terms like MOQ every time flying around, and you don't understand what MOQ means. It simply means minimum order quantity. So these are the minimum order quantities, the amount of products that you can buy from that particular supplier or manufacturer that you're communicating to. So here the range is like 0.5, 50 cents to $5, and the MOQ is 500 pieces for this particular product. So if you come to this one, and then you say, because this is a verified supplier, right? And you've already seen the product, you see that it's nice, you've seen the videos, you've gone down here, you've seen all the information about this particular product, you've seen all the details about it, you've also gone beyond and seen that there are some positive ratings, very satisfied clients have already bought from them, and you've seen even there's some positive comments here. So you're satisfied, in short, you're satisfied with this particular supplier, but you need to ensure that you have something called a sample, because you cannot just buy in bulk. 500 pieces are quite a huge number, so you need to get a sample. So above this MOQ, the minimum order quantity, this is 500 pieces. This is the one that you're supposed to buy. But because you want to first see the product before you buy in bulk, you request for something called a sample. So if the minimum order quantity at 500 pieces is 50 cents, maybe they'll sell you one piece at $5, for example. So that will be a sample. And if you talk to them, they'll tell you we cannot sell you 10 pieces. We cannot sell you 12 pieces or 50 pieces. The minimum order quantity is 500 pieces. So what do? You say, I want a sample to see before I can order in bulk. So that is very important. But you should also know that samples usually have a return. So when, for example, you buy one piece as a sample from this particular supplier or manufacturer, then when you go to buy the bulk, this next time you're now buying the 500 pieces, they will deduct the amount that you spent from the previous order. So maybe you bought it at $20, so they will deduct the $20 so that you don't get to spend too much money on the next order. So that is, I believe you've already understood that part, the difference between samples and MOQ. Usually before you order in bulk, you should order samples so that you can be able to see the product that you're buying, how the quality is, how does it look, and then you can now proceed to buy the huge quantity. Another thing is ignoring red flags. So if you keep on ignoring the red flags are, for example, you've communicated to somebody, and what I advise, if you can chat with somebody and you feel like you're chatting with them so long, you can request for a video, right? Even a video call. Some of them will send you WhatsApp numbers and you can contact them. You can do a video call with them. For example, if you're ordering machinery that is very expensive or products that are very expensive, you're investing a lot of money in it, right? You don't want to lose your hard-earned money. So you have to ensure that you have that credibility between you and the person you're buying the product from. So you ensure that if they are able to accept a video call with you, some of them you call them and they'll say, no, I'm busy. Some of them, they use fake names. Some of them are not verified. So that those are the red flags. And if you find a supplier or a manufacturer who is free to make video call with you, they are taking you around their premises, their store, their warehouse, their product, they are showing them on video with you, then you've already built trust with those particular people, right? These are people who are very friendly. There are few scammers. Of course, there are scammers everywhere. So you need to be able to know how to avoid those scammers by noticing the red flags prior to even discussing a lot of things with them. So it's very important. So ensure that you have more communication with these particular people. Another noticeable red flag is the person, the supplier that you are the one who is communicating to, and it takes too long for them to respond. Of course, some of them are very busy. But if you find that this is like a routine, a pattern for them, that they don't have the time to respond to you, then it means that the day you will order the product from them, maybe it will take even longer for them to deliver the product to you, because these are people who seem to be very unprofessional. Maybe they are buying stuff from other people, then they are trying to sell it to you. So you are like, they are like third party or middlemen or those kind of things. So try to avoid. Those are the red flags you need to also understand. So noticing that once you follow the procedure that you did before, come, search the name of the product, put trade assurance, put verified supplier, and then, you can be able now to proceed from there. Another thing, when you make payment, another red flag is this: when you make payment, ensure that the payment is on that Alibaba trade assurance, because that policy is what protects your money. Without Alibaba trade assurance, you are prone to risking sending your money to some people who are not, But I'll tell you, sometimes you can even, Alibaba has policies. Alibaba has developed a lot of policies that some of them are not good for small sellers in China. For example, I know there's one person whom I've bought a lot of stuff from. He was doing, mobile stuff for quite a long time. But he changed his business from mobile stuff to other things. But still I was looking for mobile, electronic devices from him, because I've bought a lot of stuff from him before. So he said, I changed from doing that. Now I'm selling children products, and I'm no longer on Alibaba full time. And I've opened my own e-commerce site. So if you want to order from me, I'll send you the link using that, which is not on Alibaba. Then you can be able to buy products from there, because on Alibaba, if you have been registered and verified as an electronics supplier or manufacturer, you cannot start mixing that with maybe beauty products, maybe medical products. So you need to be verified so that you can be able to do that. If you're not verified, then you are not taken seriously, and it takes a lot of time to do that, because there is a lot of stringent policy that the company has to follow to do that. So ensure that the people you're communicating to are people who are credible. Just avoid the red flags. One other thing is that overlooking the payment methods, which I've already talked about. So payment is crucial, because if you don't know how to pay your money, then anybody can send you a link and you can send the money. I can create a link that from whichever site, and then I send it to you, and then you lose your money. Just like the way people lose money with their cryptocurrencies, you cannot trace it anymore, So if you know that Alibaba has these methods of making payments, and this one is the one that is recommended, which is trade assurance, request your supplier or the manufacturer or the person you're buying from to create a link for you. Some of them will tell you should create a link. Some of the things you need to put addresses, and the addresses are written in Chinese. Maybe you don't know how to write Chinese language, that Mandarin, is it, whichever language it is. So you don't know how to write that, but it's better you tell them, just, this is my agent who is based in China. Please, this is the address, write it there, and then send me the link, and then I'll make the payment. It's easier, and it's also safer for you. So you can send the money. And also understand that when you order that particular product, if the product was maybe $50, and then you want to make the payment, the payment, usually there is some service charge. So don't start yelling at those people that you told me it's $50, now you want me to pay $60, There is always some service charge and some transportation cost, because China is so huge. Maybe you're ordering from one city and the other city is hours away where your agent is. So who is going to cater for the transportation cost from that particular supplier to the agent? So that's you, right? So you can request for a discount from them, and then you can agree, but you cannot start shouting at them that they lied to you. Usually know that there is additional costs on top of what is already on that particular product that you are. And that's why I always say, when you have a product that you want, usually be somebody who knows how to bargain, because these are people who are also manufacturing products and they are looking for markets to sell those products. If you can be able to convince them that you are going to be a returning client, then you'll be able to convince them, and they'll be able to, reduce their prices. Then they'll be able to reduce their prices because they believe you're going to come back to order more products. So I believe that's a brief insight on how to not get scammed on Alibaba and avoid the mistakes shopping on Alibaba. See you in the next video.